discovering the talent, or let's say the player who have a talent in certain games, whether football or soccer or whatever, basketball, depends on the club. How, as a club, how you discover this talent, and from which age the club are aiming to discover this talent? Like, for example, is there a way that there is a communication between the club and the schools, or if there is a person could represent like ambassador of the club discovering this talent from villages or from small town, and discover where is the 10 or 12 years old a good player? Is there a strategy from the club?
Yes, the problem was that the primary management of club, they didn't want to hear anything about that. They went on the fast solution. What is the fast solution in Bosnia? In Bosnia, anything can be paid. So they did, for example, one game in Bosnia cost 30K to fix it. And their thinking is, okay, why should I invest in that kid and wait for years for him to become some player? I can buy this game for 30,000 marks. And they did that. And when we had enough points, then they say, okay, now we can sell games and make easy money. And they did that. And the other thing that was very bad, infrastructure is terrible. Now we have players who are talented, but in football talent is not everything. Hard work is everything. For example, the player that I was speaking about, Safet Nedarius, he had none talent. He was the clumsiest guy on the field. But what he did hard work. For example, when everybody went after the game to the city to celebrate with girls, he went and he trained and trained. 10 years after that, he signed a millionaire contract in Turkey, and he became practically a legend, and everybody else stuck with their 35 years and none on bank account. What we are trying to do and what we established now, like I said, now we have 100 kids training for us, for our club, but the problem is infrastructure. The field is very bad. And only thing that can develop from that is injury. He can broke his ankle or something. That's the problem. We made a deal with military. They gave us their fields, so we are training there. From next week, we are starting to go to schools. We agreed with I don't know how to translate it in English. Katolički školski centar. It's a school. Catholic Center, and in the school we will present about our club and we will get potential members. From now we have maybe 7 or 8. I'm not a football expert, so I'm not that high, but our trainers, like they said, we have maybe 3 or 4 talents that are really good, and they are kids about 11 years, but the problem is they now need that hard work, and we cannot in this moment provide them that because we have no infrastructure. We had like the main ground and 3 or 4 grounds that were training, and the city had some kind of project that they will put reflectors, grass and everything, and they built it all up and stopped. So we are left now on one ground. And that's the problem when you have 100 kids, they need to train on that main field, and you need to play games in that main field. So basically that is our main problem now, and we are looking to form a scouting team that will go on our region and that will look for the talents. We agreed, we signed 3 players. One is from Kladuša, other one is from Buži, and the third one is from Prijedor. Those are kids from 17 years, and we provide them food and we provide them place to sleep. In return, they play for our club. Unfortunately, we do not have any money to give them, to pay them. We agree with them to play for free, and eventually, if there is some kind of money in the club, we will provide them something.
So we had like 3 visits of your club, and we heard about the story of the same situation that you had like in 55,
56, yes.
56 years. Can you please tell it to these guys, to inspire them, to show them that the same situation is going on, and what did that guys, the 14 guys did years?
In 1956, the club was in even worse situation than today, if it's possible to say like that. Nobody was there. All the structure, all the management, the city just give their hands up and they said, we are shutting down the club. And then came the 14 boys from 16. And those were Catholic boys, Serbian boys, Muslim boys, all mixed together. They were friends. And they said, okay, we will try to do something. 14 of them. So it's 11 on the field and 3 person on the bench. They even didn't have a reserve goalkeeper. 14 of them started to play for Jednestvo in 1956. They didn't even have shirts. On that season, they won a championship from Bosnia, and from 11 from the first team, 6 of them made really huge careers. In that period, ex-Yugoslavia was a very good football area, and they made careers in Hajduk, Partizan, Zagreb, that are really good clubs, were really good clubs in that period. And the same story we represent now, and the same story we told to those kids. Don't play for money, don't play for glory. Don't play like that. Play for yourself. You are kids, they are kids in first team, they are 15 years old and playing now. And we told them, make talent of you, build yourself, do it for yourself, and eventually someone will notice you. You will go maybe not to Manchester United, but you will make something of you, and eventually hundreds of others will see idol in you. So I think, but the problem is our mentality here in our local. Everyone wants money, and everyone wants money fast. They don't look what can be in few years. For example, I told them, okay, we can pay you, but when you're 35, you're over, you're done. You cannot play football and you don't have school. What will you do then in your life? And they stopped and they think about that, and now the day after they came and said, okay, everybody will play for free until there's some money.
Okay.
So I think we managed to do something good.
Okay. We have 2 more questions from each team. Besides the voluntary team, do you have any other team would like to ask?
Quality of life.
Quality of life? Nothing?
Values they have.
Values? Values you already asked.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Select.
Question. First of all, thank you for coming in our forum. I'm a member of Ethics and Values team, and we are. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Our project is problem with betting shops. I have one question for you. Are you cooperate with some betting shops and sponsorships, and what is prevent? How
To stop that.
to stop that?
Okay, so that's a good question. In the last game, we played against a club called Čapljina. It's in Herzegovina, and their prime sponsor and logo
Yes.
Yes, we saw that.
Premier betting shops. What kind of messages do they send to the people? Okay, they will give them money, and what will they do? If matches need to be fixed, okay, no problem, we'll fix that. We had the opportunity to close a deal with that, but we said no, because we can get from them maybe maybe 20 or 30 Ks. So it's a good money, but we'll spend that money in 3, 4, 5, or 6 months. And what do we have in return? We have all of our fans and all our community suspecting in us, because we can fix matches with them. We play football, they put us in their schedule, and we can sell games, we can buy games. We don't want to do that. The former management did that, and that's why our tribunes are practically none of people go to see football, because in Bosnia there's also one thing about football called 3 for 3. For example, if you are playing against me, I say, okay, we don't have money, but let me win at my home, and when I go at your place, I'll let you win. For 6 years, I didn't miss any match away of Jednestvo.
MashaAllah.
For 6 years, there's practically every weekend there's away game. For 6 years, they were fixing matches. In that 6 years, I only saw one match that wasn't fixed. Imagine how is, and our geographic location is a bit strange. Every match is like 300 miles away from us in one direction. So I travel, and me and my friends, we travel, for example, 8 to 9 hours to see our club. And we come to the ground, we come to the stadium, and the player is walking by us, and he stood and, why? Why are you being idiots? You know it's fixed. But somehow in the deep of soul, we thought maybe not, maybe not. And every match, 70 minutes, 1-0, go away. We even found a document with the stamps of clubs in 2009, because it involved was Jedinstvo, our club, and Čelik from Zenica. They put agreement on paper that they will win at their home, and that we will win when we play in Bihać. And they put agreement, they put stamps, and they put everything like a contract. We took that to the police, to everybody, but nobody wants to listen. That's the problem of our society. The corruption is on the highest level, and you don't
Maybe
know.
America can mention about the why you closed the bar also, just quickly and before we conclude.
For 20 years, the tribunes are built that underneath them is a lot of space. And for 20 years, they were speaking to us like the club doesn't have any rights to that, the club is not involved in that. And they put a disco club underneath it. And what was happening that every night there was a parties over there, and eventually a lot of people went out on the disco, go up on the stadium and do drugs, do alcohol and everything. When we came, they told us that belongs to us, so that is our right to do what we want. We closed everything what was underneath, but still we are waiting from our government that we are those who have rights, because anybody can say you can own that, you can own that. We want a paper that will say, okay, it's your rights to do everything you want with that. Yes.
If we manage to reconstruct that west side of stadium, and if there is a possibility to NGO have their office under the stadium, so club will have NGO on their side, and also we will have a club on our side as a friendship for some back.
Yes, but it's a big project because it involves a lot of money, because everything basically now is in very bad condition. But through some projects, I think it can be done, and it's a great opportunity from one side to the club, and to other side it's a win-win situation for everybody, I think.
How do people react to the new change?
On the first day, my phone didn't stop ringing, and the comments were, "You idiot, why? You are fool, somebody will kill you, they will do that, they will do that, why are you doing that to yourself, you finished school, you had opportunity to go on your own way." My mother was crying for days, to be honest, because the crime and corruption were at the highest level over there. And I even had the phone calls, they were threatening, they will do that, they will do that. Because when we came to that club, we saw the crime. And we reported the crime. But unfortunately, our government and our state is doing nothing about that. But it's been 2 months since we took over the club. In that 2 months, from now on, from every day, there are good reactions and people are seeing what we are doing. And they are, from now on, my Facebook and my phone, and people are coming to the club and they are telling us, bravo, bravo, and they are telling us that they are supporting us. For example, in last 2 months, to the club went over 1,000 people. We didn't have that much people watching football. That they just came to say thank you for bringing club back to the people's hands.
Including us.
Yes.
We're trying as much as we can to reduce the immigrations from, especially the youth, to other European countries. And it's a part of our hope that we can create an event whether highlighting this through musicians, through some music that will touch the heart for the youth that does not, like, you get everything in here, you don't need to go anywhere. Is there any chance that we can cooperate or sponsor this event at the club itself, so all the youth and the Bihars could attend that, and from that we hope that we can pass a message to them that the real treasure is in here on our side.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
I'm from the mediation integration team, and my question would be, what was the main reason for you to stay here and do something for your hometown, and what was the reason for those players who came back to his country?
When I finished law school, I couldn't find a job. And I put my bags and I went to Holland. I was for 2 years in Holland. I had there a job, I had everything, I had good money, but that wasn't that. It just wasn't that. I came back, I don't know, I can't explain that.
In the blood.
It's the passion. For example, when I was this old, my grandfather took me to that game. And that was that. My blood became Jednestvo. Yes.
Wow.
So I came back from Holland, from Amsterdam, where I had everything basically, and I came back to do something good. Now, maybe some will say that I have some kind of intentions that I will eventually do this or do that, but time will show that. I can say now, no, I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy. The time will show. I don't want to brag or to say, no, I'm a good guy, please help me. I think the time will show, and the deals will show what are we doing currently.
Okay, I think I have to conclude unless you have really a question that you cannot
Sleep
well.
tonight.
But I would like to tell you that usually we test people from experience, because I met more than 16,000 people I interviewed in my life. And always I say in Oman itself I interview more than 7,000 people. So one of the techniques I tested Amir of his commitment to what he's saying is that I told him to come after work. And even I told him to come quickly, right? We met during, Amir, you work from which time to what time? In the law firm?
From 7 to 4. From 16.
Just to tell you, And this is how much he's committed. يعني he's committed to get any help for his club at any time, and including the weekend, of course. That
And then he came a meeting with us from 4:30 at that day to 6:30.
And
Without
I
having
tell
lunch.
cousin to be honest.
And Amir, by the way, يعني he was what you call it?
Motorcycle.
Scooter. Okay, just for your information, yes. Okay. All of them is youth, and for that we need to support them by all the means. And I think this can be a success story for all of you. All the teams can work with Amir and with us in this project, inshallah. Thank you very much.
I don't say that we will succeed. I don't say that our story is right. But at least at the end of everything, I can say to myself, I tried. Not just me and my friends, we tried. We tried to do something that we thought is good, and we tried to help club and the youth in this town. So that's at the end of the story, that's the main thing that hold us in the sky.
This is
You
the
can
start
do
of
it.
the story.
Yes.